All right, Shalom, Shalom, Yashala. It's your brother Yaradan with the lands of Judah, located here in Chicago. And I want to start off by giving all praise to the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. All right, and I want to give double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. And Shalom to the brothers that's preaching this truth throughout the world, you know what I'm saying, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. And then, you know what I'm saying, Shalom to the Akim and the Akwatium, you know what I'm saying, who just subscribe to this form of teaching, man, you know. The nation in general, the hopefully elect, man. And yeah, I just want to go into this dream I had last night, this morning, and it was a very prophetic. And so the Most High like put the spirit on me to break this dream down a little bit and try to make it as vivid as possible for the people. So I'm gonna elaborate on the dream, and then I'm gonna go right into the precepts. So yeah, man, it was in my old crib right here I grew up in, right? This is where I grew up in Chicago or whatever. And this building right here, this is my crib right here on the second floor. You know what I'm saying? My old apartment from when I was a shorty. You know, we used to be in this hallway right here, you know, doing whatever back in the day, teenagers smoking, you know, my neighbors used to shoot dice or whatever. You know, so we in the building in the hallway. You know, we in the building in the hallway in a dream. So I look out the window and I look up and I see like an orb of some sort, like a ball of light or an orb, you know what I'm saying, floating down a block. You know, it's probably about 3 stories in the air, you know, and it's floating down the block, just like hovering or levitating, but it's going in a certain direction down the block the one way, you know. So, and I'm gonna say it kind of looked like this: the orb of light, the ball. I'm gonna say it looked like one of these two things, man. You know, something like that, or what did the other ones just go? Something like this or something like that, man. You know, that's kind of what it looked like a ball of light, you know what I'm saying, floating down my old block right here, down the street or whatever. You know, down the middle of the street. So as it's floating, but you got to remember, it's like 3 stories high up in the air, floating like up here, just floating down the block. And then, Salaki, hold on. Yeah, Salaki, I want to even share my screen, y'all. Let me share my screen, Salaki. Share my audio. All right, so yeah. So this is my old block, man. It's the block, and that's the building right here. Okay, go back a little bit. Perfect. All right, so this the block, this the building. I used to live right here. This is my crib on the second floor. And so this the hallway we used to be in, shooting dice, smoking over there, teenagers, over East Chicago. So I'm in the hallway with somebody in my dream, you know, and I turn around, look out the window, and what I see floating across the sky right here, you know what I'm saying, was this orb. This orb or this ball of light or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I saw this floating down the block, like 3 stories in the air, and it would leave a trail of smoke that would come out of it, and it would sink down to the bottom of the concrete, the asphalt. You know what I'm saying? Right here, that smoke would come out of the orb from up here and come down here and be on the ground, right? But the smoke didn't look like this. It was like a thick black smoke like this. You know, the smoke was thick and black like this, man, down the street. So after that, I don't know if the people got the bugging out from the smoke, like the ships had put some type of chemicals in the air, or that ball of light put some type of chemical in the air from when that smoke came down. It made the people bug the hell out. Because then all I remember after that was a chaotic scene like this.
So here's a situation from South Central. Drivers of automobiles and trucks that enter this area can expect to. Oh, look at that.
It was chaos and anarchy, man. It was people stabbing each other and fighting, and everybody was running and they was shooting each other. People was shooting each other. A lot of people were shooting, but hey, people was really getting stabbed. It was just chaotic, man.
Terrible. And there's no police presence down here. They will not.
Like they say, terrible, no police presence. It was just like free range chicken, man. It was just everybody out there, man, for itself, survival of the fittest. You know what I'm saying? The trenches.
Enter the area.
So then, while they fighting or whatever, you know, everybody fighting, um, everybody fighting, going crazy. So I get to running. I'm running. We running. Everybody running. I'm running with a group of people. We in like a power plant. We running through like a power plant, like or something like to that extent. Um, we running, and it's a group of us. And then next thing you know, um, the group of people that's in front of me running, because I'm in the group. I'm in like the middle of the group, and the people that's in front of me running, they got to turn around. They say they coming this way. So it's people coming from that way trying to kill us. We turn around, go backwards. It's people coming from that way trying to kill us. So I don't know what everybody else did, but I branched out to the left. It was some type of corner I turned and went to left, and it was like a little hallway. I branched off and I'm running, but I was slipping and sliding though. You know, so I'm running, slipping, sliding. But I got up out of it. I was tired. I was exhausted. I was overly exhausted in the drain, man. So bad. Now we in this power plant. I done ran to the cut. I see some people fighting like this. Where was I at? I see some people fighting like this with machetes. Hey, you see how gruesome that is? So, like, that's what I'm seeing in a dream. I see the people with the machete. He stabbed the man in the chest, wham, with the machete. And then what happened after that? I don't know what the hell happened. Somehow, by the graces of the Most High, I must have went to sleep or blacked out or something else. So now I pop up. I'm just waking up somewhere else. Now I'm just waking up somewhere else, right? So I don't know if it's like the next day or it could have been weeks or months later. But now I'm waking up somewhere else in a dream. So I look out the window, I see this. It's a storm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing a storm like that. That's exactly how it was coming in a dream. So while I'm looking at that, and I know you can't really make out the sky in this video right here, but in a dream, I could see like these clouds right here in the sky, you know. I could see these type of clouds in the sky as I'm in my dream while I'm looking at the window at the storm, right? So as I'm focusing in on the strange clouds in the sky, um, I see tentacles, like gigantic robotic tentacles in the distance out the window in the midst of the storm, the whirlwind, like this. That's what I saw. That little 2 or 3 second scene, that's what I saw in my dream, man. Them tentacles in the distance. And so I see that and I'm like, man, uh-oh, it's about that time. This how I'm feeling. I'm like, man, I think Yahweh Shai came back. Or Yahweh Shai here. The chariot, these must be chariots or some type of, you know what I'm saying? The vehicles of the angels or some type of destructive chariots he coming to blow up, destroy the world with, but it was like these tentacles or whatever. So as I'm looking at the tentacles, I'm starting to get scared. I'm like, I'm not all the way scared. I'm scared, but I ain't as scared as I was finna get. Cause while I was focusing in on those tentacles, which was like they would have been like miles away in the distance. They was like in the distance, miles away. And I'm focusing on them. But right out of the blue, right next to me, I see something like this walk past, like a transformer. I see something like a transformer walk past, something like this, man.
Fighter jets in 60 seconds.
However, this big thing walking past Tyrese right here. That's exactly what I saw in my dream as I was staring in the distance at the tentacles. This just came out of nowhere right beside me, and it made this exact noise right here when it popped up. So when that trumpet sounded and that big machine came out the blue right next to me, I'm focusing on the tentacles in the back, and then here you have this gigantic um ship or whatever you want to call it, transformer like ship walking up next to me, and that trumpet sounded, and then he started to how can I put it, destroy the buildings with his arms. Like I'm looking out the window, he destroying the buildings with his arms. And that's when I got afraid in my dream, and I was like so scared that the only way that I could put it was I was about to defecate on myself and have a heart attack at the same time. That's the fear that I felt when that trumpet blew and this big thing walked past me, man. So yeah, man, strange dream, man. You know, but the Most High speak to us in the dream like that. That's why I got the precepts lined up. It's the Book of Job, chapter 33, and verse 15, and it reads, Salaki, I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet men perceive it. Salaki, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in the vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. Then he openeth the ears of man, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword." So the Most High give you a dream to lead and guide you and prepare you for what's to come. We all know that Jacob's trouble is approaching. you know. So the Most High lead and guide you with these dreams to help you to maneuver through them. He'll give you the right amount of faith, just the right amount of faith you need to get through what you gotta get through. Because like I say, man, ain't nothing wrong with stocking up on cans, and you could get generators and all the guns in the world. But that still don't nullify the fact that Yahweh Shai is the deliverer or the savior. And your faith should solely be in him. The Most High could put the spirit on you to get those things, acquire those material things to aid and assist you throughout the Jacob trouble, you know. But first and foremost, we want to put our trust in this word, man, this truth. The words of Yahweh Shem Shai, Psalms 91 and 4, I believe. So, yeah, man, and he'll give you these dreams, man, so that you could be on point and won't be proud, man, in these times, you know, because some people think they know what to do, they got it. Hey, we ain't gonna lean on to our own understanding in these last and evil days. All right. So this the book of St. Luke, chapter 21 and verse 26. It says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, you know. So it says men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, man. So, that's how I was in my dream. I was sorely afraid. My heart melted when that thing walked past me and that trumpet blast. You know, and yeah, man. So what else I had, man? Shalak, let me finish reading that. It say, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh, man. I love that scripture right there, man. Look up. I'm always looking up. If y'all go to my other channel, Yaradan Malak on YouTube, you will see I got some videos of some chariots on there. And then I believe on my Instagram page, Yaradan Malak, I got some chariots, some videos of the chariots. You know, we caught them hovering over the camp spot a couple of times, over the Aki Khan house, you know, over me and my wife's house. You know what I'm saying? We see chariots all the time and recording broad daylight, nighttime. We see a lot of chariots. I'm always looking up, you know. Matter of fact, me and my wife was getting some stuff out the car a few weeks ago, and as I was coming towards the house from closing the car door, I looked back and you know how the sun be going down in the evening and the sky is like orange, it's purple, but it's orange or whatever. So there was like but it was like 9 in the evening in the wintertime. You know, this wintertime around at 9 in the evening, 9 at night, it's a orangish pinkish light in the sky hovering above us, but across the street from us. And so I say, "Hey, baby, look at that." And she looks. I say, "Look, it's a cherry." She said, "Yeah, I see it." And so I instantly thought, I said, "Let me go get my camera at the crib." I run the crib. I mean, I thought, "Let me go get my camera at the crib." But instead of running in the crib to get the camera, I look back and it started to slowly, the orange light, pinkish light started to slowly dissipate. Start to slowly disappear, fade away. So it's like soon as I thought about anything else other than that chariot, it went away. And it reminded me of when Yahweh Shai was telling Peter to walk on the water, and then he lost that faith because he was got to get spooked and he started to sink and he was losing faith. So, you know, it's like Lot's wife. We can't look back. Don't look back. You're gonna be burned up, you're gonna miss out. So he say, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads for your redemption drive not. Because we know Yahweh Shai coming back on that cloud, man, on that chariot, on that so-called UFO spaceship. You know what I'm saying? To beam his people up, man. His elect. All right. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 2. I'm gonna start at 1. It say, then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Yeah, that's us and the so-called white man. That's us Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the so-called white man, Esau. Okay? That's us, the righteous man, standing in great boldness, because they afflicted us. And they ain't give us no 40 acres and a mule. Okay? And verse 2, it say, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Okay, because you might have some white people here, so-called white people here today on earth, and they might be like, yeah, these people, they might get saved from up under us one day, some kind of way. Martin Luther King or somebody might come back like that, one of them type of figures. But they not thinking about Yahweh Shai cracking that sky with no chariots to have a war with the Space Force, with the Guardians. Okay. And so it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision for a proverb of reproach. Yeah, man. So they're gonna be like the so-called Americans, these Babylonians, they're gonna be like, these niggas? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Howard Shah, he done beamed up these group of people, you know, these so-called um a proverb of reproach, man. They call us niggas. These niggas. Okay. Verse 4, the white people going, we fools. The Edomite, the Babylonians, Americans, we fools, accounting his life madness. Okay. You see how they got us on the street corners. We used to sell the drugs on the street corners, getting locked up, gang banging. They account our lives for madness, man. You know, niggas. And his end to be without honor. They just thought we were gonna die, go to jail, be a bum. All right. They say, how is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot is among the saints. So they're gonna be surprised, amazed, salty, blue, mad, all at one time, man. Okay. And this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 14, man. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another people with swords in their hand. Hey, I just said that happened in a dream. That just happened in a dream. You know what I'm saying? They had machetes. Yeah, man. Like, hey, the people out here, they thinking we living in America. They living their best life. They trying to wait till they get hot outside. They want to go to Great America, Six Flags. Hey, man, but that's why the Most High put the spirit on us, men, and us prophets, to get out here and speak this truth, man. And you know, he giving me. I've been having like a lot of dreams. I had a lot of dreams throughout my life, but this one was very vivid, and I was able to recollect. So I said I'm gonna record and I'm gonna use this platform on the internet to you know what I'm saying, share a dream, and people could take it how they want it and put two and two together, put the precepts in the comments or whatever. But you know, I just wanted to share my dream, man. So I hope it was edifying, you know, to the hopeful elect, man. And with that being said, I'm gonna say shalom.